show you how to create a little animation in Cinema 4D, which will be looking just like this. Just to say something like this. Okay. So what you can do is basically falling your ball into a tube or on a plane or whatever, and just breaks into the wall, and the wall breaks. What you can do with the tube over here, you can just also use like glass materials, so you can see through it when we render it. I will also show you how to create some glass over here. So okay, let's get started. Go to File, New, and first of all we'll insert a floor. Right click on your floor, MoGraph Tags, rigid body, and then we'll add a sphere. So we are going over here, sphere, and get us up over here. Okay, now we are going to MoGraph fracture object, and we're going to drag the sphere into the fracture object. Right click on the fracture object and MoGraph Tags, rigid body. Okay, so now we can make this cube over here. So we are going to the cube, and I'll place it over here. First we'll make it larger, and yeah, we'll see what we can do. So press C on your keyboard to get it to the edit mode, or go over here and click on this, and then you will be able to edit it in different ways. So something like this. Okay, so there we have our cube. Put it on the floor. Okay, and now we are going to plugins, Trazy, and link will be in the description. It's a free plugin for Cinema 4D to break your items. So click on the cube and then go to Trazy and pieces. You can just choose your pieces. I will go for 20, or let's say 30, and break now. Okay, that's done. And now go over here on the rigid body tag and go to trigger and on collision. So now what it basically does is when the ball or something goes through the wall, or it hits the wall will explode. And if we are going to do it immediately, it will be exploding immediately, watch out, something hits the wall. And what we're going to do now is the tube over here. So I'm gonna do this very simple with the plane, because else it will take much more time. So click on the plane and make it larger like this. So okay, something like this, and get it over here and just rotate it a little, something like this. Okay, now just copy and paste it and get it more above, and copy and paste that, and go to the rotation tool and hold shift to create a perfect rotation from 90 degrees. Okay, and just drag it to the left and down, and then copy and paste it again and get it to the other side. Okay, so now we have our tube over here, and we're going to select everything, maybe get it over here, or no, we're just gonna move this ball sphere over here. Okay, so now we are going to MoGraph again, fracture object, and we're gonna select the 4 planes and drag it onto the fracture object. Right click on it, MoGraph Tags, rigid body, and then click on it and trigger at velocity peak. And for the floor, the same. No, for the sphere, okay, everything is fine for okay, so now we are going to create new materials, file, new, and we're going to double click on it and maybe choose a light blue color, something like this, reflection, a little reflection. Okay, transparency, something like this. Okay, and now drag it onto the fracture object from your tube, and if we can see, there we have our glass. Okay, so we're gonna edit a little bit better. Okay, so there we have our tube. Okay, and now the floor, you can also create a new material for the floor. White color, reflection, Fresnel, and drag this over there. And then just drop it onto the floor. And maybe a sky, also sky. Okay. Use color automatic. And one more thing, the light. Okay, so now we can also do this wall, whatever. Can maybe create a new material and create a no color. Just go to texture, load image, and choose a texture. You can find these textures on Google or whatever, and maybe something like this, maybe a bump, and the same texture, load image, same. Okay, yes, and bump it and drag it on your wall. Okay, or just edit these. Okay, I don't know, just do the same thing over here. Wrong one, I'm sorry. Low texture and bump it. Yeah, just choose this one and another color. Okay, and this should do it. Yeah, there we have our wall. And if we are watching the animation now, we're gonna make it larger and 200 frames. Okay, and there we have our cool animation. What you can do for the rest is go to the rigid body tag and just go to bounce, so collision, and then bounce, and get it to 2, and that will do. Once we hit wall, it will explode just like this. Bam. Oh, this is a little bit too much. Okay, you can also create from this ball, you can make a bomb, and that it explodes over here. With After Effects you can just do some crazy stuff with it. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and thanks for watching, and goodbye.